Welcome to Rav Berg's weekly message. This week, the Rav explains how this portion contains all the energy and technology of the entire book of Genesis.
Inasmuch as Parshat Vayejí is the final section that is included within the book of Genesis, it is therefore the Malchut, meaning the total ingathering of all that had preceded, all of the energy, all of the technology, which we have learned that merely by listening to the reading is now again being reoffered to the listener and capturing the total significance of all that transpired beginning with the first section, Bereshit. However, while this may sound as if, well then, if there are 5 books of Moses, then maybe all we have to do is attend only 5 times a year, the last section of each book. But here I have to disappoint you a little and make the distinction between listening to each week's reading, each week's section of a particular book, whether it be Genesis, whether it be the book coming up now, which is Names. Mind you, we don't call it Exodus. It's the book of Names, that each section, read each Shabbat, embraces, envelops a totality of that section. Whereas now we are getting a kind of stretched out version, not as concentrated, obviously, but nevertheless inclusive of all of the previous sections. There are 86 verses in this section. 86, as we should have now come to understand, is a mathematical code for the word Elohim. Elohim, again, very briefly, refers to this physical, illusionary, manifested world that we are familiar with. Most of what has transpired in Genesis, and that's why it is referred to as Bereshit, Genesis, refers to the true reality of Etz HaChaim, true reality of the tree of life reality. And all coming together in this section now becomes manifested in this physical reality, because this is what it's all about. We're hoping to bring the chaotic reality filled with pain and suffering to mesh and merge with the tree of life reality, by which the chaos that we are familiar with suddenly, as light and darkness, combines to remove, to eliminate, and make disappear the darkness. So too in this section, by the coded numbers allotted to this particular reading, the Kabbalists inform us that we have this great opportunity to bring this profound light force of God into this physical reality, if we can finally understand, before we listen to this reading, by virtue of our consciousness, to mesh the two worlds together. It is the darkness that cannot coexist with the light force of God. Jacob blesses the 12 sons. The word blessing that we have come to understand is the merging of the light force of God, channeling it, transferring it into this chaotic reality that plagues us to no end. And so we have that opportunity to instill the light force not only from this one portion, not only for this one week, but for all of the 12 signs of the zodiac, which means that we have now and will capture light that will be diffused. This light will be incorporated within each and every single coming month. We have in this section a transfer from Jacob, the chariot, who represented and actually was connected with the tree of life reality. In his bestowal of this light force of God that he is empowered with, to empower us with that same light force of God. Then, my friends, chaos as we know it, while it may appear to be totally irrevocable, while it may appear to be totally irreparable, once we have made our connections with the whole gamut of Kabbalistic tools, we can now tap into this awesome power known as the light force of God and completely eliminate, irrespective of time, space, or motion, transcending, sending energy to an area, a place thousands of miles away, to people not within the immediate vicinity. Transfer them healing energies, energies of whatever sort of the light force of God. We have come upon the dawning of a new era.
For more on what the Rav discussed, see Immortality, the Inevitability of Eternal Life.